Welcome back to the Security Brief. We just heard Dory's story and how her heart was broken when she found out she'd been conned online by a woman posing as a man. Joining us now is Davin Rosenblatt, professional internet scam expert and a scammer of the scammers. Davin, good to have you with us, man.
Thank you for having me, Paul.
Absolutely. So let me start off, all right, by asking you this. How did you get into doing this?
I was sitting at home at my dining room table, and I got a Facebook friend request from a pretty girl who I didn't know, and all of a sudden, so I accepted her. Because, I'm a public figure in some way, so I accepted her, starts talking to me, and it just didn't add up. Immediately, she said she was 30, but in high school, and...
Maybe an intellect problem there. I don't know. I'm getting let back a couple of times is one thing, but if you're 30 in high school, there may be an issue. Anyway, go ahead.
But she was going to fashion school, so somehow it all made sense to her.
Really?
So she was not very adept at her con.
Okay.
Dory's con was much more adept at, scamming people. But it forced me to look at what was going on here and do the research, and then I found out that what Dory experienced, what was attempting to happen to me, was a romance scam. And as you would imagine, a romance scam is based on romance. And they try to gain your trust, your love, your emotions, and then eventually your money.
Let's talk methodology, all right? Because what's so important, really the mantra of the show, is that we keep America's families safe. And this is a huge issue. Would you agree?
I do agree.
Scamming online, huge issue.
Absolutely.
Okay. That being said, what's the methodology that an online scammer uses in order to gain that trust?
Well, a lot of times what these online scammers will do is they'll troll dating sites, your Match.coms, your Plenty of Fish, your Christian Mingles, because they see that there's people that are looking for love. And then, as it happened in Dory's case, you'll get a match, and the person seems too good to be true. And they ask a lot about yourself. They always want to know about you. Why do they want to know about you? So they can match up their answers to give you answers that you want to hear.
Are they telling you about themselves, or they're more probative about asking you about you?
Much more probative about yourself. They'll answer some things, and that's usually where, if you're pretty adept at this, you can trip them up. For instance, my first internet scammer, Flory, told me she was a big fan of golf.
Of golf?
And then I started asking her about golf, and she said, no, we just like to go walk.
With a club?
Yeah, well, I don't even know if she knew that a club was involved.
That's encouraging.
Yes, but that's how you can trip them up.
Interesting. So, for our audience here, for our viewers at home, and by the way, information you provide us, we'll make sure that we put up on our website.
Great.
From an educational perspective, take us through the red flags that everyone needs to know about online scamming and protecting themselves.
All right, well, the first thing, if you're on social media, Dory's a little bit of an exception in the fact that she's a public figure. But most of us do not need to be accepting people on Facebook or social media that we don't know. There's no reason for it. Because there are these predators out there that are looking to friend request you, and they get information about you to separate you from your money. So make sure all your social media settings are locked down to private as much as possible.
Okay, that's number one.
Number one, the big red flag, and Dory experienced this. If they won't go on camera with you, then they're not who they say they are.
Right.
Because everybody can go on camera. We have the apps. We have it on our computer. If they have the time and the ability to chat with you, then they can go online. Another thing, then they can go online, take the camera. Another thing is they will initially, say, email you. They might find you or through a dating website. They very often try to move you to Facebook Messenger, Yahoo Messenger. And the reason that is because the relationship speeds up that way. The interaction is much quicker. Instead of waiting for an email, they're responding immediately to what you say. And you will see sometimes you can stump them that there'll be a long pause.
Okay.
And they'll just say, oh, the internet connection went down. When chances
what do they think? This is like dial-up AOL? I mean, come on.
Really? There's a thunderstorm. There's always a reason why they can't answer you what you're asking.
So let me ask you something, all right, Davin? This is really important, too. Great information, by the way. Someone gets caught up in this scam. What's your advice as to what they need to do? What are the steps they need to take?
If you have not lost any money, block them. Warn your friends, block them, case closed.
Okay.
Never have contact with them again.
Okay.
Please don't give out your information to people you really don't know. If you have lost money, then you have to go to your local authorities, and I would save all the conversations I've had with them. I would save all the financial transactions.
Right.
In Dory's case, she sent cash, which is rather unusual. But a lot of times these things work through Western Union and MoneyGram. Save all that, go to your local authorities, report it to the FBI, IC3, that's their cybercrime division. do all the steps that you can. Dory's very fortunate in the fact that this appears to be an American-based scammer. Many are not.
Right. Great information, Davin. Thank you, man. I really appreciate you being here. And we're going to take this information. We're going to make sure we put it up on the website. You can find out more about online scammers by going to davinsden.com. Really, again, appreciate you being here. How do you recover from online stalking and dating deception? The Security Brief's Dating Handbook, next.